Hi everyone, welcome along to what is quite a nice sunny Saturday afternoon here in the UK. Late afternoon, waited for the clouds to part. It was raining quite a bit earlier, so I could bring the Ducati out for, at the moment, what is a weekly ride, as we're coming into winter now. I mean, it's autumn at the moment, but it's getting cold, and that's the main focus on my video today, is just talking about kind of how everyone rides in the winter, if you do ride at all, or did you tuck your bed away in your garage for the winter. How do you keep it roadworthy in that period of time, or like me, if you ride all through the year, how do you get through the next, what, 5-6 months of what is probably going to be quite cold, miserable weather. So stick around, let's go for a ride. So days like today in the autumn, when it's nice and sunny, I absolutely love coming out, because it's just really refreshing. If you're wrapped up well, kitted out, then you can still have a really good ride no matter what. So this is the first time I've brought out the winter gloves this year. These are my Alpine Stars battery powered heated gloves, lithium batteries. It's the second summer that I've had these gloves, and they're pretty good. They've got 3 stages of heat, and they keep your hands nice and warm. And then on top of that, on the Ducati, I've got the heated grips, so that adds another layer of warmth. And they work really well with the gloves, because you tend to find with heated gloves the wiring isn't the best on the palm. That's probably the only bit of the hand where you tend to miss out a little bit of heat, so the heated grips helps you tremendously with that. And then I just get wrapped up in my kind of winter gear really. I either have some thermals on, which I haven't got yet because it's not really cold. It's 10 degrees Celsius today, but when it gets a little bit colder, I'll bust out the thermals. And then I've got these motorcycle jeans on. They've got quite a thick denim to them, and also they've got a Covec lining, which is basically the abrasion protection. That adds another layer, so nice and warm legs. I've never had a problem with my legs getting cold, to be honest, so that's all good. And then on my torso, I wear a t-shirt, maybe an undergarment as well, and then a hoodie, and then my Alpine Stars jacket, which is pretty thick. I do have another jacket which has a extra kind of winter lining in that you can remove in the summer, but I've put on a few pounds this year, so I don't think that one's gonna fit me. I need to lose a few kilos before Christmas. I've been indulging in Brazil in the best food in the world, and also having a few beers. So yeah, the belly's got bigger, so we need to do something about that. I busted my back up as well a little bit a couple of months ago, and it's not really healed properly yet, so gym wise, kind of taking it easy, still going, but just doing more stretching rather than cardio and weights and stuff. So yeah, anyway, back to kind of winter riding. This bike, the Ducati, is obviously not my commuter, so I'll be trying to take it out once a week just to keep it ticking over, and because it's just such an amazing bike to ride. I do absolutely love riding it. Never been up this road, random choice to come this way. Let's see what's going on. Big golf club, London Golf. Not actually in London, just using the name. So yeah, the Ducati's going to be coming out once a week with me. It's probably going to be just in nice weather, so by that I mean not pissing it down with rain. And also when they start salting the roads over here, I'm going to have to keep on top of that with the washing and get the old ACF 50 on it a couple of times through the winter. And then my other bike, the Aprilia, well, that's my commuter as well as fun bike, because it is completely nuts. And yeah, that one that I'll be using throughout all the winter, going into London to work. And again, that one I'll be keeping on top of with the ACF 50, making sure it's all winterized. They're covered up as well, both the bikes. The Aprilia I cover up when I'm in town, and they are garaged as well, both of the bikes, so they're not left out to corrode all the screws and everything. So yeah, the only thing really that keeps me off the road is snow and ice. Never done it, never will. It's just too risky. When it snows around where we live, I mean, they grit and salt the road so much that the snow mainly just turns to mush. But it's not worth the risk at all on a motorbike. So yeah, I'm looking at buying some trickle chargers for the batteries, just to keep it topped up on the weeks when I don't ride, because I'm sure there probably will be a point when I don't manage to get the Ducati out, purely weather related. Another random road to come up. Save the Black Horse, must be a nice pub up here or something. So many pubs closing in the UK, it's not good. So yeah, let me know what you guys do in the winter, how you protect your bike. So I've always been one that uses ACF 50, and generally I'll just give the bike a good clean, and then get a can and then put it into like a spray bottle, heat it up, spray it all over the bike, and then let it seep into all the nooks and crannies, and then run the engine a little bit, basically give it a wipe down on any excess. And then if I do ride it a lot in the salt and the crap, then just do the treatment again. I normally do it 2 or 3 times on a well-ridden bike in the winter. Yeah, so do let me know if there's any alternative products to ATF 50 that you use that maybe you can recommend, and I'll give a try and see how it is. And yeah, any other little tips and tricks that you have for winter. I mean, I think I've got it pretty nailed down with the routine, having used my old Honda CB650R for many years through the winter, doing thousands of miles on that thing. That was when I worked in London full time. The majority of the time I had that, and you know, I was going into town every day apart from weekends. Also, you know, if you've got any gear recommendations, I've just bought a Oxford one-piece waterproof kind of oversuit, because in the days when it's raining I still ride, but I've got a waterproof pair of trousers and just this jacket really. But as I've got older, I've just found it more and more kind of, you know, because you do get wet through, and I just never got around to buying one of those oversuits. So hopefully that is the golden ticket to staying dry on the inside on a winter's day when it's pissing it down with rain, because it is awful. I must say, I hate the rain. So as you can see, these back roads, it's been raining quite a bit recently, so there's just loads of crap on the road at the moment, and you just got to be careful because the farmers and their tractors and everything come out into the road, and they bring all the mud and everything out with them, and you don't want to be sliding on that. Luckily this bike has a wet mode as well, so in kind of grotty conditions you can put it into wet mode, and it basically gives you full protection with the traction control and everything, dials down the engine a little bit. So does anyone change their tyres during the winter? So both my bikes I'm riding on the Pirelli Diablo Rosso 4s, which are designed for kind of all weather really, so I assume they are good for winter. I've ridden heavily the Michelin Road 6 tyres, which were, you know, amazing tyres. Did over 10,000 miles on them, still with tread to spare on my old bike, and couldn't recommend those highly enough. So yeah, if anyone's riding on these Pirellis for a bit longer and got experience in a bit more wet, colder conditions, do let me know what you think, because I know these are quite sport related, these tyres, being on quite sporty bikes that I do have. I think that's about it really for winter. I mean, what else can you do apart from sit inside next to the fire and not go out on your bike, you know? Still think it's well worth getting out if you can. Just helps with the mental health, clear your head if you've got any problems, enjoy the fun of the ride. So So yeah, drop me a comment, do like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. All the best.